Hello everybody, it's your old pal Brian. It's July 5th and I'm out at the club, and I think it's just me, Ralph, and maybe Sean will make it out today. If you'll remember, Sean is my puppy's breeder, and also a founding member of our club and private pilot as well. He just came to the dark side, basically, after, he's been a gasser his whole life, and then life hasn't got less busy the older he's got more busy, and one of the things he wants to do is fly more. Well, they have about a 120-day season here, and as such, they kind of got to get out and fly. And dealing with the gassers and their proclivity to not work ever, it reduces their opportunity to get out and doodle around. So with electric, with all due respect to all the other folks out there that love gas, it's a whole lot easier. Every time I bring this out, I crash it. Let's see if I can get it up in the air, and we'll go from there. These have a propensity to break the nose off, and my new one, my OG at the house one, doesn't do that. And but I use landing gear. I'm like AMRC. Speaking of which, shouts, congratulations on your B1. Yeah, let's talk about Spectrum. I started out with Spectrum, and I really enjoyed the training wheels. I did. But then I branched out into needing more channels, and I found that they charge you about $150 a channel when you're trying to get another radio. I saw that open source was coming along, and as such, trying to get this thing down for a nice, there we go, see if that made it in there. And I discovered OpenTX, and the universe has never been the same. I get Spectrum, I do, and Futaba and the rest of them. But when you need to take them training wheels off, get more channels and have more things available for you in the radio, particularly like in my place where I use drones, I can't use Spectrum. I just can't. They're a lovely company, but a lumbering company. Look at that. Flies so nice. But yeah, in keeping up with the changing times, they're a little slow. But I'm glad they're there. They bought Tower Hobbies, I believe. And it is so nice to have them as a resource. Just not for me. I will say this though, I'm flying Spectrum right now on the multi-protocol module. But yeah, cool. I'm glad that B1 or that bomber worked for you. That is awesome. I keep forgetting Rick. He's not forgetful, but I just keep forgetting him. So Rick, Azir, Heidi Ho. George, yes, you're right. Both of my clubs face towards the sun. I don't get it. I get it more here than I do actually in Florida. Because by the time it's 8 a.m. on any given day, it's 1,000 degrees Celsius, and it just is horrifyingly awful. But that's fixing to change, because your old pal Brian is leaving that club on good terms and joining another club that's not so different from this one. That thing, it looks ugly up close, man. I've busted the nose on it twice. I don't even know if they still sell fuselages for it, but I wouldn't buy one, because you're just as likely, than not to bust its nose off every time you fly it. It's not reinforced. I think it was George that told me that they put reinforced fiber in the fuselage to correct that. My new slider switches are coming in. I guess they're V2 on this, and I got to figure out if these are soldered in or plugged in. The ones that are coming have a plug, so if that's true, there's a chance it'll be easier on me. Otherwise, I got to do some soldering. I'm glad I brought my awesome soldering iron. Holy crap, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I don't worry about killing this as much as I did my other one, because I knew this was going to be hand launched, and my buddy that gave it to me, he was really cool about it. He's like, "Ah, no, just knock yourself out." He is in the Redneck Riviera as we speak, and I don't know how much time I have left, if I've got the timer on correctly. I feel like I'm getting towards about 4 minutes. This is a 1,000 milliamp battery. It is larger than it calls for. Same weight, 200 more milliamp. This thing is very weight conscious, so no camera. I don't want to LVC this thing. I'll never find it out there. So Ken, he's my hero actually. New club member. He is about an hour away, and he teaches VOTEC, trying to teach young people that a wrench isn't scary. Landing. Whoop. Yeah.
Throttle hold.
I don't know what. Oh, my timer didn't even work.
Throttle active.
That's why. Oh, I see what's going on. Push too many switches is what I've done. Yeah. Justin, he is the guy that sells taters that haven't been poisoned. Whom else? Sean, he's our farmer and dog breeder. And then there was me yesterday. Had a nice time. Ralph blew off yesterday for taking care of his garden. So didn't get to hang out with Ralph yesterday, so he's threatening to come out today. So I'm all happy about that. And Sean may come out as well, as he joins the electric revolution. Plane coming into Presque Isle. See if we can't get another flight out of this thing, huh? Yeah, poor old fuselage just got tore up. I've got the battery marked appropriately. Yeah, you just keep bashing the front end off of this thing. Oh, here we go. I got you, Black Fly. He's just tearing up my temple. That was nice of him. Because who doesn't like their temple tore up? Yeah, I'll charge that in a bit. Yeah, so Ralph's coming out, and he and I are going to fly for a few hours and then mow. And then in theory, a couple of other guys are coming out around 9:30, they says. So that'll be kind of fun. Ralph and I ought to be getting the middle of the field done by then. thing's awesome. All right. Taking off. Yeah, I need to maybe program a little reflex in there. I don't know. Because it wants to go down even at half throttle.
5 minutes. Timer 2 elapsed.
I don't even know how I have 2 timers on here. What? George, you had a observation. What was it? I forget. You know, I stood right next to one of these things at the Pima Air Museum. They're not as big as you might think. I mean, they're bigger than this, but they're not quite as big as you might think. Hoglet. Oh yeah, the guys are coming in at 9:30. We'll see if they fly. Many times they don't. I forget who's coming. If it's Arlie, Arlie will fly. Mike generally gets his stuff out and
4 minutes.
screws with it. Oh, there's a row. So the version of this that I have at home that's wheeled, it the guy I bought it used, the guy that I bought it from, some pillhead contractor, he already reinforced the nose with fiberglass, carbon fiber I mean. But I don't know, man, these things are so fragile. Yeah, it wants to go up, but when you toss it, it wants to go down. Let's talk Ollie. The last 3 days, what I've been doing is I've been taking the night shift. So the other 2 nights ago, I went to bed at 6:30 in the evening, sleep by 7. Wife comes in around 10:30 or 11 after having put Ollie down, and he's good for 2 and 3 and sometimes 4 hours at a time. Last night he was good for 4 hours. About 1 a.m. he wakes up. We have neighbors, so I don't want to be puppy crating him. She puppy crates him, and he goes to bed because he's wore out. And by the way, we're walking him. Walking him 75, 100 yards at a time. He's like 20-something pounds now. He grows like 3 pounds a week. It's insanity. A little devil. He climbs over on the couch. He doesn't go back in his crate, and he wants his dad on the couch. He's actually too big now to sleep in the lounge chair on me. So little Ollie is hanging out with Dad on the couch in the wee hours of the morning. I cover up, and he sits at my feet all underneath the covers, and he's fine. And sleep about 2.5 hours at a time. And he goes out to pee, and then we go back in, and both of us go right to sleep. He's being nicer to us of late. You know, he's not so bitey, I guess is my point. But that's not how he is with Ellie, and we have to tune him up about Ellie.
30 seconds.
She is such a doll, but she does not. I've been around older dogs and puppies in my house, and it's usually what happens is the older dog labs, let the little ones screw with them,
9, 8,
and until they get tired of it, and then they nip them, and everybody knows who's boss at that point in time.
2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
So what we run into is Sir Ollie of Bane just goes feral on her. Landing. Whoop. Nope. Taking off. Going around. I'm not used to this thing sailing at all. I bet we got plenty of juice, but I don't have any telemetry on this at all. So Sir Ollie of Bane is pretty tough, and I mean, he's just acting like an animal, because he is, and he's wanting to bite you when you're pulling her off, so we have disciplined him appropriately. Landing. Oh, there we go. That was lovely. Hey, thanks for hanging out with the little hog. What a great successful flight. I'll be back. Trying to fly. Yay! Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and fly. Sean showed up, and it's kind of neat watching somebody that frankly knows how to fly. He's been flying his whole life. He's been doing gas, as I had discussed previously. Or I call it gas, nitro, whatever that stuff is that they use. I guess some of them are actually using gas now. Just regular old 4-stroke engines. Yeah, he had a high-tech battery charger that you got to plug everything in, and it doesn't. LiPo doesn't come up. Every other kind of chemistry comes up, but it didn't. And I think the previous owner must have torqued it or something. I don't know. But he got that up and running. I just got through telling him he's a little bit sharper than the average bear when it comes to this stuff, because he has figured it out very quickly. And what's funny is he says what everybody else says. It's easy. Yep. Once you kind of figure out what's doing.
16.7 volts.
All right, I'm going to not fly in the sun. I'm going to walk across the way. Coming from due west.
Throttle active.
I do not do well with the sun. And we have control surfaces. That's good. Taking off.
16.6 volts.
Yeah, this is timber on steroids. The original timber had, as I mentioned, at least a half a dozen times. Ever so slightly, significantly slower servos. And a smaller engine.
16.1 volts.
So let's get it up there a bit and see what happens. I don't want to lose it. Well, I hate that, but I got to.
Automatic.
There we go.
Automatic.
Awesome.
Stabilization on.
Yeah, I just needed to make sure automatic worked in some measure or another. And it works. Good. So if I get it, out of sorts, I can flip automatic and it'll level it. I notice that it's
15.7 volts.
pushing to the port side just a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, I like having an automatic if I need it. A chicken switch. Yeah, George, here I don't have to get up and fly 1 hour before sunup. I just walk over to the other side of the strip.
16 volts.
No big deal. So my buddy Eric, I actually have 3 flying clubs within 15 minutes of me. The big one there in Orlando, all the rich guys. I fly that and love it, but changes are afoot, and Eric isn't living over there anymore, so it'd be, I don't know,
15.6 volts.
35, 40-minute drive for him to come over, and he's not interested in that since he has 2 flying clubs within 10 minutes of where he lives. He lives about 15 or 20 minutes from me. Yeah, it wags a little bit. Interesting. So Eric is testing the waters of our potential flying clubs
15.3 volts.
on the other end of where we live. Oh, San Diego Ute fan, Cynthia. Beautiful German Gretchen. Con. I mean, just a beautiful woman. I mean, they all are, but
15.4 volts.
I've enjoyed more of Con's charms than the other ladies. And of course, Captain Crunch. What a neat kindred spirit personality, and we do need to talk on the phone. You'd think being retired and I'm not gainfully employed, I'd have all this time. Well, in the evenings, I spend a lot of time with my bride, and so I need to stop screwing around, though, and give them a jingle, and we can talk. I always tell people it's seamless. When you talk with me on the phone, or in person for that matter, is exactly how I am right now. I'm real lucky. I don't have to spend any time worrying about duplicitous personalities. I am, what do they call it, WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Pretty much. What you see is what you get with me, with very little deviation. I have a dark sense of humor, so I don't let that show up as much. But I'm exactly who I seem to be, and for those of y'all that had the express joy of my personal, look at wags, you know, like the, I think it's because it got a big wing. I don't have the gains turned up too high. They're actually lower on the
14.7 volts.
rudder. We're going to run this down to my LVC. You're talking about 3 grown men, American men, by the way. Yeah, see, it takes a lateral hit and it wags. So do I need more or do I need less gain? I've lessened it and I'm still getting wag. So should I raise the gain? I don't know.
14.9 volts.
Does it matter? I'm going to increase the gain on my pot just for fun and see what it looks like. We're at 3/4. And I'm taking a little bit of a lateral hit from the breeze. It's a light breeze, 5-mile-an-hour breeze. What are we doing now?
14.9 volts.
Seems somewhat lessened. If that's true, I can go into the Lewis script and correct that. Timber. Yeah, that's what's happened. It need a little bit more.
Low battery.
Rudder.
14.5 volts.
It's like Alberta or
Low
Calgary.
battery. Battery critical.
I'm getting
Low battery.
crazy wind shifting.
Low battery.
So when it yells critical, that's not true.
14.6 volts.
It's just on my side. Oh, that's a pretty big wag there. I don't know. Landing.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold. Throttle active. Throttle active. 14.9 volts. Throttle hold. Throttle hold.
Come fly your whirly gig.
Volts.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and bump these values up while I have a battery. See you in a minute. And the wind started to pick up. Rats. Sean's got his Super Cub FMS. That thing's nice. It really is.
Throttle hold. Flaps at middle rate. Stabilization. RSSI low.
Nice. Yeah, he is taken to OpenTX. He's got a car battery in.
Throttle active.
Alrighty, I'm gonna fly over here, out the way, I hope. Hang on! Stay out of Sean's way. Ooh, why am I so rolling? Must be windy. Sean has a 5,000 he stuck in that thing, and we're all happy that it worked. Yeah, he's used to flying gassers with 20-pound models. Might have got some of that on video. Who else? Virginia Bareback Boy? McMoyer. I might have got some of your flight on video, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. What?
2 minutes.
Did you tune the carburetor up?
Throttle hold.
Fuck. I'm
Throttle hold.
fuck.
Throttle hold.
Fuck. I'm so sorry. Let's go see what floated down over here. Alright, I see my plane. I gotta look for what floated down next to it. It might be his canopy. No, that's mine. I wonder if there's any more. Oh, I don't think so. Cool. I'll be able to put this back together. Maybe. Yeah, I got this. Well, hopefully I got it on video. Back in a few. Alright, looks like Ralph dumped his Taylor craft, but actually he just ran it into the end a minute ago. No damage, so he's able to take it back up, but it quit. I'm an old man and I'm starting to stoop and I hate it, you know. And I've got my wife reminding me about it. But right now, we don't want to stoop. We need every inch like our ancestors on the savannah. About tripped. What I do is I take the plane off for him, off of the stand when it cranks up. I see it. And excuse me. Well, the reason I do it is so he doesn't trip. Well, I'm starting to trip a little bit. Ralph is getting discouraged. You know, he's an elderly guy and he doesn't want. You know, he's put all his planes up for sale, and of course nobody's going to give you what you want for them. And I told him, I said, man, why don't you just fly them until you crash them? You know, just fly it until you crash it. Keep flying. Because I'm telling you, once this gets sold at an estate sale, that's what they're gonna do. Fly it until they crash it. Speaking of crash, I'm so happy I got Sean's crash on video. I think I have it. If my camera worked right, the little the SQ12, I have it on video. I think you should get your third flight. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, it's not that big a deal. Here, I got it in my hands. I'm afraid I'll drop it. I'm gonna go set it on your stand because if I manipulate it, I might drop the thing. Apparently. I say flight number 3. Nice.
I would get it printed and all that. Doesn't matter, I guess. Have her do that.
Well, if she doesn't know how to do it and she's a nice lady, if she doesn't know how to get them printed and she's a nice lady, we just send them to Walmart from the phone, and you go to Walmart and it's waiting on you.
Oh, we'll do that. Just fly around it.
It's like $2.
Take a few pictures and then I'll get it done.
I need to charge up my big drone. So I set me a note the next time we meet.
Throttle active.
I set me a note so the next time we meet, I'll have those wheels with me.
16.7 volts.
I'll only be up a minute. Taking off. I have a gyro in there and I'm having a little trouble adjusting it, and I think I got it squared away.
16.1 volts.
I'm kind of old school, but I might put it in there and try it. Might be I can relax it there more.
Yeah.
That's why I got electric, so I can just sit back and relax.
Truly. Well, the
16
volts.
yeah, well, 13.3 is the bottom. 13.6 is where I stop. I give it. I told you I like to give it a fudge factor. So whenever you hear mine call out low battery or even critical, if it's critical, I'm still 2 points above where I need to be. Look at that.
16 volts.
That's it's the gyro catching the dirty wind. That's the gyro catching it. Here's the problem with your gyro, is that sometimes when you cobble stuff together, things are backwards. So we'd have to test it to be sure, and I'll show you how you test it here in a minute.
15.6 volts.
The wind's starting to get dirty. And I'm a pussy, I don't fly at full throttle. Yeah, the last flight I was getting tail wag. I didn't have the gyro gain set up enough. I'm not getting tail wag anymore.
15.4 volts.
Which is awesome.
I slowed that speed of my rudder down and it was way more comfortable.
Great. I had to do it with this. I'm not used to flying with really good servos, and this is made for Justin and not me. So I had to dumb everything down.
Super fast turbos, I don't know.
Yeah.
Still like go a little bit.
15.4 volts.
Whoa. Wings twisted or something.
Landing. Eventually. Tweak. Here, I'll show you when you know your gyro is heading in the right direction. If you start screwing with your gyro, this is all you're going to have to remember. Don't you run over yourself. Come on now.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold.
Back in a few. Hello. Let's take Timby up one more time. It just makes me happy to have onboard video. And shame on you boneheads that do not.
16.7 volts.
Shame on you, because I love it. Coming out. Wind is back to the south. I'm sorry, to the north.
Throttle active. Throttle active.
Ooh, man, that is way too many throws.
Low rates. Low rates. Middle rates. Middle rates.
Taking off. Excuse me, taking off.
16.6 volts.
So Ralph does not care for his Tundra tires, so what we're going to do is I got a set of timber tires that I removed off of my previous aircraft, and they're never going to get used, ever. So I suggested to young Ralph, oh come on, that I would give those to him and see if he can use them.
16.2.
Also, he's got some soldering needs to get done. Some XT60 connector stuff. I can help him with that as well. This makes me happy. Ooh, get a little wag.
Volts.
Ralph horses around with that plane. He calls it his beater. Man, I cherish that thing. I told him he doesn't deserve it. Timber. Yeah, getting a whole lot more confident with it.
15.6 volts.
It's flying like my old one, but with more grunt. I don't know if I'll ever fly the short wing. I guess if it's dead calm out here, I'll go ahead and experiment with the short wing some more.
Volts.
Yeah, it was the RC Sailors that said that FMS was going out of business. That just sucks. And I think even Brian Phillips RC said something about it as well. Hate that. You know, we can all bag on Horizon, but man, it'd be cool if they bought FMS too. I just hate it, you know, because
15 volts.
yeah, they bought Tower Hobbies. I'm so glad they did that. Yeah, no tail wag, appreciably. Scott, congratulations on your daughter and her getting her, I guess they'd call it MOS in the military, her job of choice as an RN. And congratulations, young Cassie, on your internship dealing with exceptional children. I cannot say enough about folks that work with people with disabilities. I always tell people that you're going to go right to heaven. I don't know how you do it. I don't. So the deed is done. I think we're going to meet out here. Either I might come out Wednesday morning and Wednesday evening, because we can't fly until then. The weather's going to be bad. I think I told you, the weather is so dynamic here, you just can't ever really tell. Almost day to day. So my evil plan, Captain Crunch knows how I think. We'll call it Puppy Interruptus.
14.9 volts.
I love that little dog. I mean, I love him. But he's been an amazing, wonderful interruption. Landing! And I am going to try to practice indoor sports this evening. Oop. Call that two landings.
Volts.
Doop.
Throttle hold.
Sean.
Throttle active.
It's the best thing for the water.
15 volts. Throttle hold.
Clear.
Throttle hold.
You want to fly? Huh? You want to fly or no? I'm the worst on my own wings.
15.2 volts.
Sir?
Telemetry lost.
A couple more videos on
Did you?
the armor. I flew around the armor's place. And,
Now, have they ever seen aerial footage of their place?
yeah,
12.5 volts.
he's amazed.
They had to think that was cool.
Yeah. The boys would like to come out here and watch.
Throttle active. Throttle active.
Poor kids in my truck.
Taking off!
I won't be able to put this one on Facebook.
Yeah, what I have to be careful of is
12.2 volts.
I'll share this with you. and these guys are going to see this. I got a friend of mine in Calgary, Canada, and he volunteers at a local elderly home, and the folks that live there are known as the rowdies.
You told me that.
And what we do is we video ourselves, and because the rowdies don't get out anymore, right? They're in their 90s. So we video all these things, and we don't curse so the rowdies can enjoy our videos. Is how we do it. And it's really kind of been nice, because one of the last things I'd like to do in personal improvement is stop cursing. And that's been helpful. So we always give the rowdies, and they're going to hear just what I'm saying, we give the rowdies the shout out.
Sure.
And we really appreciate the elderly.
You correct me when I start being right.
12.1.
The rowdies are a lovely group of people, they tell me. I'm telling you, Ralph, if I got stranded on a desert island and they only gave me 2 planes, it'd be this one and that one that Sean tore up. Man, that's going to be great footage if it took.
11.9 volts. Volts.
You still hear that?
Eleven 11.4 volts.
Landing.
Get the whole field that way.
Fucking deer flies.
11.6 volts.
See ya.